Ever looked at a Swiss watch and wondered, why on earth does this tiny thing cost more than a car? Is it just a flex, or is there something more going on? Well, today we read diving deep into the world of haute horlogerie to uncover the real reasons behind those eye-watering price tags. And trust me, it's a lot more fascinating than you might think. By the end of this video, you won't just see a watch. You'll see a masterpiece of art, engineering, and history, all ticking away on your wrist. So, let's get started. First things first, let's talk about what's inside. The heart of a luxury Swiss watch is its movement, and this isn't your average battery-powered quartz mechanism. We're talking about a mechanical movement, a miniature city of gears, springs, and levers, sometimes hundreds of them, all working in perfect harmony. Assembling one of these is an incredible feat. Imagine a watchmaker, hunched over a bench, using tiny tools to place a screw that's smaller than a grain of sand. It's a job that requires years of training, immense patience, and a surgeon's steady hand. And it's not just about putting the pieces together. The real artistry is in the finishing. This is where a good watch becomes a great one. We're talking about techniques like chamfering, which is hand polishing the edges of the tiny components to a brilliant shine, or Geneva stripes, a beautiful decorative pattern applied to the movement's bridges. There's also pearlage, which creates a pattern of tiny, overlapping circles. These details are often hidden away inside the case, visible only to a watchmaker or through a sapphire case back. They don't make the watch tell time any better, but they are a testament to the dedication and skill of the craftsperson. It's a signature of quality, a secret handshake for those in the know. This level of hand finishing is incredibly time-consuming and is one of the biggest factors driving up the cost. Now, let's talk materials. Swiss watchmakers don't mess around. The standard for a good steel watch case is 316L surgical-grade stainless steel, which is highly resistant to corrosion. But many top-tier brands go even further, using 904L steel, which is harder, shinier, and even more corrosion-resistant. It's the same type of steel used in aerospace and chemical industries. Then there's the glass. You won't find regular glass here. Almost every luxury Swiss watch uses sapphire crystal. It's a lab-grown gemstone that is virtually scratch-proof. You could scrape it with keys or even a knife, and it would remain flawless. Creating and shaping this super hard material is an expensive process. And of course, we have precious metals. We're talking 18-karat gold, platinum, and even exotic materials like titanium, ceramic, and carbon fiber. These materials aren't just for show. They offer unique properties of weight, durability, and feel. Using them requires specialized tools and techniques, adding another layer of cost to the production. One of the most significant hidden costs is research and development. You might think, a watch is a watch. How much can it change? But top brands are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible in mechanical timekeeping. Developing a new movement from scratch, especially one with complex features like a perpetual calendar or a tourbillon, can take years and millions of dollars. A tourbillon, for example, is a spinning cage that holds the escapement and balance wheel to counteract the effects of gravity on the watch's accuracy. It's a breathtakingly complex and beautiful mechanism, and it represents the pinnacle of watchmaking skill. This relentless innovation is what keeps the Swiss industry at the forefront. When you buy a watch from a brand that invests heavily in R&D, you're not just buying a product. You're supporting the future of this incredible craft. And even after the R&D is done, the production process itself can be incredibly slow. Some of the most complicated watches, known as grand complications, can take a single master watchmaker months, or even a full year, to assemble. Think about that. One person dedicating a year of their life to creating a single timepiece. That's an extraordinary level of dedication, and it naturally comes at a high price. Even a relatively standard model from a top brand might take several months to go from raw materials to a finished product ready for sale. Then there's the famous Swiss-made label. This isn't just a marketing slogan. It's a legally protected designation with strict rules. To earn this label, a watch must have its movement cased up in Switzerland, its final inspection must happen in Switzerland, and at least 60% of its manufacturing costs must be generated in Switzerland. This label is a guarantee of quality, a promise that the watch meets the rigorous standards that the Swiss have cultivated for centuries. This legal framework ensures that the reputation of Swiss watchmaking is protected, and it adds a significant layer of value and trust for the consumer. You know you're getting a product that adheres to a long-standing tradition of excellence. Speaking of tradition, we can't ignore the power of brand legacy in marketing. Names like Patek Philippe, Heuer, Constantin, and Audemars Piguet have been making watches continuously for over a century, some for over 250 years. They have archives, museums, and generations of stories. This history isn't just a nice backstory. It's a core part of their identity. When you buy a watch from one of these brands, you're buying into that lineage. And these brands spend enormous amounts of money to maintain their prestigious image. We're talking high-profile brand ambassadors, sponsorships of elite sporting events like Formula One and Wimbledon, and glossy magazine ads. This marketing builds the brand's desirability and reinforces its status as a luxury item. And yes, the cost of that marketing is factored into the final price of the watch. Another key factor is scarcity. Unlike mass-produced electronics, high-end Swiss watches are often made in very limited quantities. A brand like Patek Philippe might only produce around 60,000 watches a year for the entire world. Some independent watchmakers produce fewer than 100. This limited production creates a dynamic of high demand and low supply. For certain popular models, like the Rolex Daytona or the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, the waiting list can be years long. This scarcity not only drives up the retail price, but also creates a booming secondary market where these watches can sell for double or triple their original cost. They become collector's items, assets that can actually appreciate in value over time. Finally, we have to consider the simple economics of where these watches are made. Switzerland is one of the most expensive countries in the world to live and work in. The highly skilled watchmakers who assemble these tiny mechanical wonders command high salaries, as they should. The cost of running a factory, paying for utilities, and complying with strict environmental regulations is also significantly higher in Switzerland than in many other parts of the world. All of these operating costs are inevitably passed on to the consumer. So, when you put it all together, the picture becomes much clearer. You're not just paying for a device that tells time. You're paying for the hundreds of hours of skilled craftsmanship and hand finishing. You're paying for the highest quality materials, engineered to last for generations. You're paying for the years of research and development that push the boundaries of mechanical engineering. You're paying for the Swiss-made guarantee of quality. You're paying for the brand's centuries-old legacy and the prestige it commands. And you're paying for a rare object of art that, due to its scarcity, may even become a valuable investment. A Swiss watch is an heirloom. It's something you can wear and enjoy for your entire life, and then pass down to the next generation, and it will still be ticking perfectly. It has a tangible connection to a tradition of human ingenuity and artistry that is becoming rarer in our modern, disposable world. So, are they expensive? Absolutely. But are they overpriced? Well, that's for you to decide. But now, at least you know exactly what you're paying for. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of luxury. Let me know in the comments what you think is a Swiss watch worth the price. See you in the next one.